So I'm here at an open house trying to make sure that this home sells. So here's the issue. I want to really bring this up to you. If you're wondering why a home isn't selling, I'm going to go through all of the steps right now so you understand what needs to be done so you do not end up in the bottom of a pool of folks when you're trying to sell your house. Hey, my name is Eric Hudson. I'm a real estate agent here in the lovely city of Las Vegas, along with North Las Vegas and Henderson. And every day, good folks like you want to reach out in order to get some real estate advice. You can call, text, or email. All of my information is in the info tab. And down below is a calendar link so you can get on my calendar. And if you want to subscribe, go ahead. It'll make my day. If you haven't realized by now, the median price and the average price of a home have gone down. On top of that, we now have 4 times as many houses on the market. And on top of that, we only have 60% of the buyers that we used to have. We now have a 5 to 6 month inventory here in Las Vegas, which by theory, is a healthy market and a balanced market. Well, that's not the way things are being treated right now. If you notice, houses are not moving. Right now, you're fighting for two things. There's a beauty contest and a price war. The houses that are moving and still, believe it or not, getting multiple offers are the beautiful, pretty, perfect houses. The houses that are not are normal. Every day, this is where you live. There's also a price war. If you notice, prices have continued to come down. We're now $42,000 off of our peak. And the thing about it is, even though the prices have come down $42,000, the cost to actually acquire that house have gone through the roof. And it's all for that most simple reason, interest rates. So someone purchasing your house for $42,000 less, they're paying $800 more in a mortgage. So you can see why things are moving so slow. So I'm going to give you some tales here, not really tales, but just some words of caution. So this one, I don't want to throw my cousin under the bus, but I'm going to have to really talk. And if you ever see this, cuz, man, I love you. I told you these things. Others have kind of hinted at these things, and they're going to be used as learning moments for other folks. So I have a relative in another state, and I was assisting him finding another agent who is actually a very good agent, as a broker owner, and the house didn't sell. And it seems to be the same thing over and over again. Folks going, well, you know what, if I price it this way, because I can get more money, it doesn't work that way. He wanted to price based on what he felt he should get for the house, not what the market was or where the market was going. Because this agent was even telling him there's something going on. The market is about to change, which it did. There was a fight between them where the agent wanted to list at this price, and he just kept insisting, if I just ask for more money, I'll get it. How many of you out there, if you were shopping for a home, are willing to give the seller what they want, especially in this market? It's unrealistic. Even the market that existed before, there was a point. It was called the market. When you price a home, it needs to be priced in the market. Well, did get an offer. Things went along, and it gets to the point of the day of closing, and the buyer's loan was denied. Now, by the time he put it back on the market, it was worth even less. But he kept insisting he wanted this amount for the house, and let's just say in the end, it didn't work out. Now, some of the things that happened where he did not get his money is he didn't keep the house up. The agent was telling me this. Now, I didn't pass it on to him because it wasn't my business. I was going to let his agent do it. But also, another relative visited. The relative has been in real estate since I was this big, when I was like 11 or 12. So they've been in real estate a very long time. And, we kind of like talked. And it's like, yeah, I know you've been helping this guy out, and I don't want to interfere, but, I saw the house. Just, it wasn't there. And there's a lot of things that people have to understand. You got to keep that house up. That is the beauty contest. He tried to overprice it, no matter what the agent said. That's the price war. On top of that, now, because it's been drawn from the market, every agent is coming out because they see that expired, and you'll get hundreds of calls. And then you get the agents who want to lie. So he's got agents tell him how he could get all this money that he's not going to get. And worse of all, he's actually had a couple agents said that he signed an illegal contract. And he wants to go after the agent now. So here's the thing. I reviewed the contract. It was a standard contract for that state. Standard. So how is a standard contract for a state an illegal contract? It's not. It's people telling you what you want to hear. I'm about to drop some truth bombs on you. You got white tile countertops in your kitchen. Nobody cares. Your neighbor has granite. Don't just sit there and go like, oh, no one cares about granite. Yeah, they do. You got granite. Oh, people are going to pay me $20,000 extra because I have granite. No, they're not. They're just going to buy it faster. So what you have to understand is a lot of upgrades cause your home to sell faster. Not a lot of times, not for more. I've seen this time and time again. Right now, I'm about to take a listing, and it's going to be interesting because the person put a lot of money into the house. There's an adage in real estate. It is better to own the crappiest house in the nicest neighborhood than to own the nicest house in a crappy neighborhood. Because the nicest house in the crappiest neighborhood will never get their money back. So we're going to see how it's going to go. Now, if you follow along with me, I have a new little series that's coming up where I am actually going to be going to a house that I just listed. And I kind of have carte blanche. This guy was in my squadron, so he trusts me. And I'm going to, out of my own pocket, I'm going to do a whole bunch of stuff to make that house sell. And I'm going to show you how you end up getting more money by doing the right thing. So, well, if I lose, I'm going to lose about $3,000 or $4,000 because I'm going all out on this. And you'll see in the new little series because it's going to be a pre-inspection where we're going to go through and I'm going to pay to have everything fixed from the pre-inspection. So when someone walks in, it's like, oh, there's already been an inspection and they've already fixed all of these things. They've already been addressed. Pay for a warranty, of course. You need to start doing that. 6 months ago, no one paid for a warranty. Now they are. I'm going to go in and like all the little stuff that is cosmetic. Like I'm looking over to my left. There's like, how you dent those little corners and everything. And you got the paint chipped off. I'm fixing all that. Getting all the walls scrubbed down, matched up. I'm bringing in a cleaner professionally to get all that stuff taken care of. Then I'm going to get those professional photos. We got it priced right for the market, and it's going to move fast. Also, we're going to be offering an interest rate buy down. Remember earlier I talked about that interest rate and how it's killing folks? You need to be thinking about that interest rate buy down because if you're not, you got a whole bunch of people who aren't going to buy your house. You just opened up your house to a whole new demographic of people just by offering an interest rate buy down. So you don't have to fight for the price war as much. You don't even have to fight the beauty contest because you got something they need. Right now, our interest rates are around 7%. They actually went down as of the taping of this. But here's the thing. What if they're 7%? There's a huge difference in payment between 7% and 4%. If you do a 3-2-1 buy down, you're looking at the first year, they're only paying 4%. The second year, they're paying 5%. But, they've established themselves, and with the resets and everything, it's going to really work out for them. The best thing is by then, hopefully, interest rates have come back down. They refi. Everything's beautiful, okay? Next thing, even if you're overpriced, You have a window of about 2 to 3 weeks maximum. You need to start doing something immediately. The old, like I talked about with my cousin, I want to price it at this because of blah, 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 blah. Where, first of all, if it doesn't work, I have actually seen it work one time. But that was a very unique situation. Should I go into an aside on that one? Okay, I'm going to go into an aside. On that one, the person would keep calling back. It's like, I want to raise the price. Okay, I want to raise the price again. I'm like, no house is sold anywhere near that price. I know what I have here. You've heard that one before. Uh, well, unbeknownst to me a little bit, that neighborhood was a move up neighborhood for members of a certain church. And so they have starter neighborhoods, like you've made it, you want to move into this neighborhood. This was where the near last of the people who were not of that church. So the only reason it's sold like that is because that is the neighborhood you move in if you're in that church to say, I made it. Now, there was no house anywhere near that price within miles, especially because the starter neighborhood that everyone moved to before they moved to this neighborhood, no, nowhere near. Now, here's where it gets strange. Everybody on the other side was a member of that church. The realtor, the lender, the appraiser. Somehow, mysteriously, it appraised. And when you looked at the numbers, it's like, these numbers don't make any sense. The way you did it, you used a neighborhood you shouldn't have used, of newer houses that were single story, that were smaller. If you know anything about appraisals, no, no. They did this to make it work, to get this person into that house. That's not going to happen for you very often. That is the only time it's worked. You need to stay ahead. Do not play the can we try one more week game. Every time you try the one more week game, yeah, it's the I'm going to lose even more money game, because especially in a sideways or down market, you are pricing behind the market. You're staying behind the trends. I have another listing where it's been sitting on the market. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I have asked repeatedly to have the stuff done that needed to be done. And it's like, we just don't want to do that yet. Interest rates gone twice since I started asking this. Got another one that I listed. I'm so glad they trusted me. They trusted me on everything from the pricing to everything we need to do to get it sold. It got sold. That's why I'm doing this experiment with this other house, to show what you need to get a house sold. And I'm going to document it all for you. That way you get to see it, and it's like, oh, it's behind the scenes. Okay, you know what, a pre-inspection, yeah, it cost me $300, but I get to see what's wrong, and I already know if there's a surprise waiting for me. Oh, but if I go fix it, it makes the buyer feel better, so I got more buyers who are open. Oh, the house is clean, so I'm not distracted by anything. The professional pictures, the drone photos, the 3D, all that stuff drew me in. Now I walk into a clean slate, and then I know that it's going to be a great house. It was priced properly, so I don't have to sit there and go like, will they take my offer? Oh, it's priced properly. Look, it's the last house sold for this plus whatever. No, they've already priced for the market. And then my fear of my payment has been taken away by a buy down. This house is going to go quick. And it's going to be because of the stuff I keep telling you guys. Do the stuff and make the money. This is what you need to do, okay? Like I said, every day people reach out if you want to. Info's in the info tab down below. Get on my calendar. And most importantly, if you think you've received just a little bit of hard truths here that you can actually appreciate, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click that thumbs up, and leave a comment, because that's the way the YouTube algorithm works, so someone else can hear more of these truth bombs.